Is Scoot, Shaden, Tamani, Denny, and Klingon only playing 83 possessions this season together criminal?
Yes.
Yes or no?
War crimes against humanity. Incarcerate somebody for that. What are we doing? That blew me away. I knew it was bad. I knew it was low. That's jaw to the floor.
Yeah, but you kind of knew that. How often?
I know.
I remember thinking last night, watching them, because I was like, I kept thinking about the approach. I'm like, are they tanking? Because even if Ant has a bad game, Chauncey usually will always just say, go close the game, man. Yeah. You're Ant. Even though Scoot has the same game. And
he's on the bench.
Sit your ass on the bench and learn. It's like, okay, they're doing literally the same. They're both terrible, but one gets a pass because he got a $100 million contract. So I kept kicking around in my head, is he kind of tanking? But also, I watched them, and I'm like, they're playing really well. They're playing really well. They're battling, even though Brunson wasn't there, they're battling a good Knick team.
They were Bridges 3 away from winning that game last night.
Yes.
With 3.4 seconds to go.
And even though
or even maybe a correctly called elbow from winning that game last night. We haven't talked about that.
Took it right to the chin.
Calm down with the elbows, Cat.
But even if you are frustrated by a win, that is a good win if they win with that group.
Yes, it is, but I still argue Denny Avdia shouldn't play anymore. He's too good. He's too good. We can't risk it anymore.
We've already lost this battle. It doesn't matter. My point is, I was waiting for him to do the Ant sub, and he only did it, I think, at the end of regulation or overtime. I'm forgetting which one it was, but he inbounded the ball. I think it was regulation, and Scoot ended up going ahead with the ball. And he didn't. And so I was like battling, is he doing the tank, unofficial tank thing? Because I don't know if you saw this. I should have put it in the old Magic hat. Utah got fined yesterday 6 figures for tanking.
What did the league, how did you get fined for tank? Just not playing their guys, faking injuries? What was the fine?
Lauri Markkanen, who finally played yesterday, has been doing what we used to do to the veterans on our team the last couple of years. And the NBA saw this and they were like, nope. And they fined him $100,000 for it.
You could afford it. They'll be fine. I would follow up. Isn't that kind of what we're doing with Jeremy Grant right now? Have we gotten a report back on Jeremy? Did he get hurt again? He came back and played, 2 games? And he is now sat out the last 3?
I don't think Jeremy Grant is as good as Lauri Markkanen.
Look, Jeremy Grant probably helps our chances to lose. I'm not
Grant
sure. I get that, but did we ever find? Is Robert Williams hurt again? That dude hasn't played in a month.
I think Jeremy just played a couple games ago.
He did. He missed a chunk of time. Yeah. He came back and played.
I thought Robert Williams is getting shut down for the year.
Did they announce that? Was there an injury?
I haven't seen that announced.
I thought he had another injury evaluated on another week.
I'm not upset about it. He's a good player and he helps us win games, so he should be shut down for the rest of the year. Also, we're probably going to try and move him this offseason. So
heard that before.
Let's not have him get hurt in the.
I've heard that too.
You're not wrong.
Funny for you to say that.
His last game.
All the people on the show.
Yeah, that's a good valid point. Valid point.
Really? Are we?
He's the next Scottie Pippen. What's happening to me right now? He came back. Jeremy Grant came back and played at Oklahoma City. He was 2 of 10 in that game.
He had a good game, though, recently.
Lit up the Pistons.
Yeah, that's right.
He had 25. Most of it came in the first half, and he disappeared in the second half. He hasn't played since the Pistons game. So he didn't play at Golden State was the next game, if I'm not mistaken.
Yep. And then he missed last night.
And they haven't labeled anything on that.
Yeah, but he's an old vet.
I'm just pointing out, it's funny how the NBA will pick and choose the ones that they're
But
punishing.
have you seen what Utah is literally doing it with all of them? We're doing it with one every once in a while, so it's a different thing. But
I'll chip in $5 to the GoFundMe if the NBA wants to fine us $100,000 for faking an injury to Denny Avdia for the final 15 games of the season.
You're going to pay a 6-figure fine for a $1 billion entity. How nice of you.
I'll give him $5.
Let's keep licking the boots of billionaires. I think they need it. I think they need more moisture on the bottom of the boots.
Jody can have my $5.
Okay, good for you. I bet you that's going to be great when the city pays for a fine that she could afford with pocket lint. My point is this. Even if it's only 83, I was thinking watching that group together, I haven't watched these guys play together much this year. So I'm actually not surprised it's 83 possessions because I haven't seen it. I've been watching this team all year. Weirdly, by the way, my antenna wouldn't work at the end of the fourth quarter.
Yeah, I had a buddy who said the weather was so bad he couldn't get the game the whole game.
I unplugged my antenna. I want to go downstairs and watch it. Maybe the reception's better at the different TV. The game cleared up and played on my TV, no antenna. It was like a glitch in the Matrix, and it just played the whole game.
What?
I was like, don't touch any remote.
Nobody move.
But the game cleared right up.
Nobody sneeze.
Kept working.
Yeah, I mean, look, I've always said when you're in a rebuilding year and you're trying to build for the future, you play your young core 83 possessions in the first 67 games of the season. That's usually how you want to do it.
You should get that tattooed on your back.
That's usually how you want to build for the future.
Be quite the sentence.
And then
I've always said when you're rebuilding, you want your young core to only play 83 possessions in the first
like the intro to
games.
Star Wars is my tattoo, but it's down my entire back.
That's your tramp stamp?
That's my tramp stamp.
What is that say?
Well, look, here's what happened. In 2025, the Blazers decided to have this young core of players that we were all excited about, and then they only played 83 possessions for the first 67 games of the year.
Can I ask you quickly before we go to Matt Babcock and Indy? I want to get to the team that's being incredibly disrespected, by the way. What is the tattoo where you get the Larry O on your arm and it says Blazers champions? What's the year you're ballsy enough to put on your arm? The way that sports fans
the
do
predictive
this.
championship
the Lions
tattoo.
fan that did this year and then they lost in the divisional round. What year would you put on that saying, I'm going to be right?
This is the year. Nothing within the next decade.
Oh, really?
No.
That doesn't make it as bold.
No. I'd go
2034, like, okay.
2047. Give you that one.
2047.
2047.
Swag, how old will you be in 2047?
I don't want to think about
Let's not do that math. I don't even want to do that math.
His teeth will fall out during the update.
Teddy's going to be graduated from college in 2047, man. He's
75.
Oh, man. Will you still be at the fan? Yes or no? Poll question. Will Swag still be working at the fan when he's
2047?
Yeah,
Yes or no?
2047. Yes or no?